So we're going to start sitting down. Find your chair. Oh, I'm just going to tilt my computer screen. See you. So we'll start sitting down either on the chair or on the cushion, comfortable. And I'll just give you a little introduction to the air element. So we're going to be working with the anahata chakra or heart center and the air element again. So this is from Wheels of Life by Anna Dear Judith. The element of the fourth chakra is air, the least dense of the physical elements so far. As an element, air is commonly associated with knowledge and things that are expansive and spirited. Air represents freedom, as in the birds that fly. Air represents openness and freshness, as in the airing of a room. Air represents lightness, simplicity, and softness. Air implies spaciousness, which is achieved through letting go. And air represents breath, that vital process through which our cells are kept alive. So I just invite you to sit comfortably with a reasonably open heart and long spine. Allow the eyes to gently close. And just begin to feel the beating of the heart, that pulsating rhythm, each pulse sending prana, food and oxygen to give us energy or prana in every single cell of your body. And if you can't feel the actual pulse, just visualize that beating. I'll read to you another short section. In the dark, there was but one sound, the sound of life, the sound of love, the sound of the heart. Beating, 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 beating. Hear it now in your own heart. This rhythm's pumping life and air and breath through every part of you, renewing you, bathing you in air, in space, in breath, in life. Feel it now at the core of you. Embrace it with your hands. Feel it yearning, crying, loving, hoping, healing. Feel it within you as you are, beating since the days from deep in the womb. So bringing the awareness back to the breath now, back to the movements of the spine, the movements of the rib cage, the movements of the collarbones. Just gently opening the eyes. We're going to stay seated for some gentle seated activation. So begin by coming forward. If you're on a chair, you can just use your knees to support you. And just working into each of those shoulders. With the spine in front of you first. And then work your way round to one side. And same again. You can open up that side. Breathe into the rib cage. Work your way round to the other side. Squidge those shoulders. Squidge anything that feels like it needs squidging. And again, take a lovely breath in as you open up. Bring the spine to upright. Inhale, we're going to make a turn to one side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale as you turn to the other side. And back to the center. So maybe take your right leg behind you first. And we're going to work with the same sort of pattern. Move your way. Come over to the front first. You might be able to move a lot further with the hips a little bit open. Come round to the back leg. Open up that flank. Breathe in. Working the other way. Inhale and open up the side ribs again. Come back so that the spine is long and straight. We're going to turn to the leg that's behind you first. So inhale and just gently work into that twist. On the exhale, come back to the front, breathing in. And the other way. Notice your hip kind of can move forward. Allow a bit of movement there. And back to the center. So we'll try that the other way with the other leg behind you. Start by coming to the front. Winding your way to the leg that's behind you. Opening up. Taking that breath right into the side ribs. Creating space there. And the other way. Opening up again. Right till I finish this bit, Molly. You can go all the way to the kitchen. So create a long spine. Breathing in. Turn to go behind you. Back to the front. And the other way. Oh, feels good. So we're going to do the next part of the activations seated on a chair, just to sort of anchor the hips, and also then we've only got to get halfway up. We will stand up for a short while. I'll just let Molly out. Notice I've got a lot of pillows and cushions. Pillows will come in handy at some point today, because we're going to use, or a bolster if you've got a bolster, but a bolster is very strong for your spine when you lie back across it. Okay. So we sit on the edge of our seat, so to speak. And we're just going to work with a few of the movements from Energy Block Release 1, just to really wind down the muscles behind the heart center. All of those longitudinal muscles and shoulder muscles, get rid of any knots. So inhaling and exhaling, shoulder rolls. With the breath, with the intention of releasing tension, not with the intention of anything more spectacular than that. And the other way. Allow the breath to become longer. And just tell the movement to slow down. Bring your hands down. Hips, you can hold on to the edge of your seat if you want, or just rest the hands there. And maybe just on the thighs. Just going to work with the neck movements. So just make sure, if you do have the hands on the thighs, just make sure the shoulders are able to be back behind you. So we're going to start by breathing in from that tailbone that's on the seat, all the way to the crown. And then as you breathe out, bringing the head, neck and shoulders forwards. Uncurling. Placing one of those tiny little neck vertebrae on top of the other. Let the shoulders really soften back and down. The head becomes weightless on top. Breathe in from the tail to the crown. Exhale, chin comes down and tucks in. Uncurling. Let the shoulders come back. There's a certain point, isn't there? Well, I don't know which number vertebrae it would be. Whether if you get it right, the shoulders just come back. And then finally the head's weightless. Let's do one more. Uncurling. Notice that point where the shoulders drop back. So the second movement we're going to make is just taking the ear to the shoulder. It's nice sitting on the chair because you can really be aware of when I say the breath from the tailbone. It's from the seat where you're sitting, isn't it? Right up to the crown, and then on the out breath, gently take the ear to the shoulder. Inhale to the centre. What you can do is clench the opposite hand. It just makes those neck muscles switch on, and then when you release the hand and release the stretch, they switch off much more noticeably. Encourage the breath to slow down. Encourage the movement to slow down. And do one more each side. With or without the fist clenched, you choose. And come back to the centre. Just check you've got your arms quite relaxed. And your head is in that position where it feels nearly weightless. It's pretty heavy. So bodyguard movement next. So keeping the chin really level. Inhale and then just survey your kingdom. One side on the out breath. Breathe in as you come back to the centre. Take a long breath out. As you look around you to the other side. And come back to the centre. So we're going to work with those lovely little spinal twists. Again, it's quite fun actually sitting on the chair because your hips can't join in. It is literally just going to be your spine that's moving. So it's the cloak on and the cloak off movement with the hands. So breathe in right through that spine. Turning to the right. Cloak on. Wake up. The other way. Don't forget to keep the arm nice and bent that goes behind you, almost at an elbow at a right angle, so that you're moving the spine, not just sort of wrenching the shoulder around. As if you're scanning with the other arm, as you put that cloak on up to the shoulder, and take it off. Okay, we'll leave that there. So we are going to stand up for a short while, but not for too long, because it's not the most restorative thing. But I would like to work with the particularly physical heart openers from the energy block release 3, so that we've stretched that rib cage in each and every direction. You take some water if you need it at any time. So nice, soft yet strong, we always say, don't we? Tadasana. Just feel really rooted down through the soles of the feet. Maybe take a moment to just feel the different parts of the feet. You can rock forwards and back, or make a little swirl around. Oh. So we're going to work first of all with anahata breath. So this is just really gathering air into every part of the lungs, but particular focus behind you as you breathe in, dropping the shoulders, lifting here, lifting the sternum. Soft knees. And just allow it, if there's any still point after the in-breath or after the out-breath, you know, you don't have to keep the same rhythm as me. Come back to the heart now. Just taking a tiny bit lower to just about your solar plexus, your solar center. We're just going to expand that energy. So we're working with your diaphragm in terms of the part of the breathing apparatus, but at the same time, we'll just rub the hands together. Feel that vibe through the palms of the hands there. A bit. So then you can kind of feel almost as if you're holding something there at the solar plexus. We're just going to stretch it a bit on the in-breath. Squeeze it back together. So keep your gaze and your awareness on that space between the hands. If it helps, you might want to imagine that you can stretch out those air molecules and then squeeze them back together. There's something there. Ocean waves getting bigger now. Notice how your breath sounds like the ocean waves, especially on a shingle beach. And then begin to make them smaller again. Visualise just squeezing all of those air particles together. It's got solid, hasn't it? And then turning the fingers up towards the heavens, we're going to enjoy a lovely diagonal stretch across the rib cage in a heaven and earth stretch. So we take one hand up to the heavens, turn the palm up, and the other palm faces the earth. Breathing out at the centre, breathing in as you take that stretch. It's like a cartoon character with stretch in the morning, isn't it? Oh, if you want to yawn, oh, it's meant to be no yawning. Or sigh. And also just now we'll do a few more with awareness behind you. Between the shoulder blades. As they move in their opposite directions. I find this really nice for the shoulders. There we are. And come back to the centre. So now comes the bit where we need all the cushions, all the blankets, everything you've got really. So we're going to work with a supported fish. Take your time to get comfy. There's no rush. Take your time to get what you need. I've got two quite bulky cushions for my knees, and rather than a bolster, I quite like pillows because they're not quite as abrupt. On when we lie across it, it's going to be this part of the lower spine that's quite expanded, and so this is a slightly more gentle way than using the bolsters. If you like support for your head, probably the pillows are about just right for my spine. I'm going to have support for my head as well, so it tips back a little way, but not a huge way. So we're going to just get the bottom, and you don't have to, if your hips don't like it with the knees out to the side, you know, they can be just straight out in front of you. So you might not want to bother with the cushions to each side of you, just see what's right for you. Get your bottom nicely, get your pillows sort of rammed up against the lower spine, and then have a nice lie back over those so that you can feel a nice little pelvic tilt there, but nothing too dramatic. And if you do want to open up at the pelvis and the hips, definitely not if it's at all uncomfortable, because restorative yoga is supposed to be very comfortable. And find yourself in a wonderfully supported fish posture. So there's a gentle openness across Savasana, the belly. There's a lot of openness through the rib cage, also at the diaphragm. And it, you know, you don't have to have your head tilted back at all if that gives you vertigo, or you just don't like it. Have another cushion under your head. Have as many cushions as you like. And feel free to continue to adjust your position at any time. But as you begin to settle a little, notice the parts of you in contact with the mat and the carpet. Notice the support that the ground gives you. And just begin to watch the breath. Notice which parts of the breath your body is choosing to work with. You don't have to change it. You might just be breathing into your belly. You might find that all of it is very accessible, even right up into the top of the lungs. Your throat might be feeling lovely and open. Noticing the movements that your body makes. To breathe in. Noticing the movements that your body makes. Breathe out and let go. Allow those movements to become softer. And notice the softness of your breath. And now notice any still points. Perhaps arising after the out breath. Or the in breath. And allow yourself that stillness. Notice whether or not you really need to breathe in again straight away. Take your awareness again now to your heartbeat. If you like, for a moment, place your right hand with the little finger on the sternum. That central switchboard for relaxation. You may feel your heart beating, or just visualize your heart beating. Allow the hand to rest down again if it wants to. And now switch your awareness to that still point behind the beating heart. The fifth chakra. Play now with watching yourself from that still point. Watching your breath again. Watching the movements of your diaphragm, rib cage. And whilst watching yourself, notice if there's any areas that aren't quite comfortable. You might want to adjust the neck, maybe moving the head a little. Or you can actually touch any places. You just need a little comfort. Now those adjustments. You scan through the joints, the knees, the hips. Ensure you are as perfectly comfortable as you can be. And then we're going to practice some sound with the breath. First of all, sound on the out breath. I know Zoom will probably cut it out, but allow the sound to last for the whole of your out breath. Try another one. And then try a sound like S, snake. Inhale. Allow that sound to last the whole of your out breath. So now choose. You may want to prefer one or the other, or try alternating. Just rest now for a moment. Allow the breath to come back to normal. Become aware again of the parts of your body touching the floor, supported and safe. supported by cushions. Begin to make a few small movements. And remove whatever cushions you need to be able to come onto your side. Nice because I've still got the pillows. Just take a moment. And so as a counter posture, just help yourself up using your arms to sitting. Your choice today, we can choose to come over these cushions in a child's posture. You might want cushions underneath. You don't want to suffocate yourself. You've got all sorts of things to play with. So you can support yourself quite nice, whichever one you're going to choose. I'm going to give the wide leg forward bend is the other one. If you don't like the knees curled up under you, we want to try and have a bit of pressure, whichever one you choose, on the tummy, because that's so nice, isn't it, when you're breathing into the belly. I'm going to go for a wide leg forward bend. I'm going to sit on a cushion to do it, because I don't want to strain hamstrings. I don't want to strain anything after that lovely fish posture. But we are just expanding the lower back vertebrae again. Oh, maybe another one. So pull all that into the tummy, if you're whichever position you're doing. And then just relax over your cushions. If you feel a little bit of something under the knees with the hamstrings, you can always, especially if you're on record, you get a couple of little towels rolled up under the knees. That's quite nice too. Just breathe into the lower spine. Feeling a little bit of space between each vertebrae. And as you breathe, if you've got the cushions just right, the out breath is effortless as the cushions push it out. Whichever position you're in, allow the shoulders and the head and neck to rest, especially on the out breath, as if a waterfall is flowing across those muscles. Across the shoulder muscles, the neck muscles. Allow the head to become heavy. Allow gravity to be your friend. Whichever position you're in, use your hands to guide yourself to uncurl safely. Your spine is vertical again, kneeling or sitting. So I'm going to offer you a chakra rainbow kriya. As I'm always saying, it's always done, technically done sitting up, but rather nice lying down. But you'll have the recording. Try it one time sitting up. It's more energizing, I guess, and certainly more correct. It's easier as well when you're sitting up, to visualise that light coming all the way up through the spine, and you end up with the golden light surrounding you, and it kind of creates this little bubble of golden light around you. But it's works perfectly well lying down. The lovely thing with the chakra rainbow kriya is we work through the spine in a very soothing way, just with your own imagination, by creating a sense of light in each of those places which can get a bit tense and gnarly. They're kind of parts of the spine that respond to different emotions, and equally you can turn it back around, so that, for example, in the solar plexus, instead of feeling stress, you can feel calm. So you can have, there's kind of two extremes of the physical feeling in each of those places. And of course, we're going to focus on the heart today. So sometimes the heart can feel heavy, and sometimes the heart can feel light. So we're going to aim for that beautiful lightness that we talked about I read it from Judith. Sorry, she's actually Anna Deer. Judith is her surname, from her book. So you choose your position if you want to sit or lie down. Try it the other way another time if you like. I'll give you my candle. Light 2. So whichever position you're sitting or lying, just allow gravity again to let the parts of you in contact with the floor become heavy, or the seat if you're on a chair. Allow the shoulders and the arms to rest down. And start by practicing breathing through the spine. On the inhale, taking the breath from the tailbone to the crown. And then on the out breath, allowing it to flow down the front of the body, creating a smooth, even rhythm. A circular breath. Feeling the energy flowing along the spine, each breath. And at the same time, begin to notice a sense of awakening and expansion. An expansion of the spine, and at the same time, an expansion of your consciousness each time you inhale. Take the awareness now to the crown of the head and visualize a beautiful light there, golden, flowing down through your body, filling your body with a sense of peace and serenity. Visualize a golden river of light flowing through the spine, through your arms, through your legs, sensing the effect that this light has as it flows through your whole body. Let your attention come to the very base of the spine and imagine this river of light there is passing through a beautiful jewel, red like a ruby, shining. As you focus on that area, allow the ruby red jewel to glow brighter just by the power of your relaxed concentration. No special effort needed. And allow your awareness to rise slightly through the spine. As it does, the red changes to orange. Orange like the rising sun, flowing through the lower spine, spreading through the lower abdomen, bringing a sense of joy and spaciousness to this region. On the next inhale, allow your awareness to rise again to the solar center, just behind the part of the spine, just behind your solar plexus, just below the rib cage. Light changing from orange to golden yellow. As this yellow light, like sunshine on a summer's day, spreads through this region, allow any tension to dissolve and a sense of calm to appear in its place. Calm yellow sunshine. With your awareness behind you at the spine, on the next inhale, allow your awareness to rise to behind the heart, colour changing to lush emerald green. Green light filling your chest, the seat of the anahata chakra, centre of compassion. Compassion for yourself, forgiveness for yourself, compassion for others, forgiveness for others. Pure green, translucent, like the leaves on a summer's day, shining out with such tremendous compassion that overflows from your heart center. And as you rest in this area for a moment, I'll read again from the Wheels of Life. Chakra 4, love. In the dark there was but one sound, the sound of life, the sound of love, the sound of heart, beating, 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 beating. Hear it now in your own heart, its rhythms pumping life and air and breath through every part of you, renewing you, bathing you in air, in space, in breath, in life. Feel it now at the core of you. Embrace it with your hands. Feel it yearning, crying, loving, hoping, healing. Feel it from within you as you are, beating since the days from deep in the womb. Always beating, never stopping. Always beating, never stopping. Always beating, never stopping. Always beating, never stopping. Rest here, quiet and still, for a few more moments with your awareness on this center of compassion. Now, once again, allow your awareness to rise to the base of your neck this time. As you breathe in, see the light change from green to turquoise, aquamarine. Watch it spreading through your neck. The whole of your throat bathed in healing aquamarine light. Feel your throat area relax as this colour spreads upwards. As it rises, it begins to deepen to a very deep blue, turning indigo as you come to your eyes. Focus your awareness between the eyebrows, in the area of the Ajna center, the center of clarity. Allow that deep midnight blue to spread across your forehead, filling the whole of your head space with clarity, a soft radiance, like a clear night in January. Indigo blue. The blue again begins to change, changing as you rise your awareness towards the crown to shades of violet. Allow your awareness to continue above the crown to a halo of beautiful violet. Visualize this. Picture this. And feel as if you can expand into that space, into that violet halo, rising again until the violet begins to have flecks of gold and eventually pure golden light, radiant light flowing from your crown, cascading down across the shoulders and the head, around the body, throughout your body. Radiant light surging back down through the center of your spine. Creating a sense of completeness. Each in-breath, enjoying that sense of energy rising through your body. Each out-breath, enjoying that sense of radiant light cascading through and around your body. Bring your awareness back to your heart once more. Relaxing in this haven of peace, this haven of compassion. Be aware of the immense capacity to love and the huge reservoirs of kindness within you. When you're ready, just begin to become aware, or begin by becoming aware of the parts of your body in contact with the floor, or any sensations of touch with a blanket or a cushion. And begin to make a few small movements with awareness on your physical body and any physical sensations. And gently take yourself over onto your side. Oh, I got my halo. Brilliant. Gently help yourself to sitting. When you're ready, rubbing the hands together. Raindrops. I think my dog's decided it's dinner time now. She's probably right. Have a hug. And send one out to each other. Finish with namaste. I see the light in you.